Hello everybody, Thibby here, back with another video. I know it's been a very long time since my last video, and life's hard. Lots of things are going on, but I can happily say going forward I have a lot more free time, and so I'm very excited to get back into the hobby that is YouTube. I have a very exciting haul that I have today to show you all. First of all, huge shout out to Asian Mer. It was very awesome getting to meet him in person. He is, I think it's safe to say he shared on social media. He is in Dallas on vacation, and I just finished having spent the entire Saturday having a manga hunt with my waifu and me and Asian Mer. And so again, huge shout out. Had a lot of fun today. And yeah, let's just get into the haul that we have. I'm very excited for what I was able to find today. Some older series that I've read, a couple months ago that I haven't really gotten back into, which hopefully now that I have more volumes of those series, it'll, kind of get me to continue reading those series. What we did today was kind of another kind of spin on the half price books challenge that Jerry has. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if he's the official person that created the challenge, but he does it quite a bit. And we've done it in Austin and in Houston, and I think we've done it before in Dallas as well. And so today we had like a little mini half price books challenge where we had to get at least one volume from every half price books. I don't think Jerry participated in it, but I definitely did. And with Asian Mer in town, we all went on this adventure. It was very fun. So enough yapping, let's just go into the haul, and hopefully there'll be some good recommendations for you guys from what I find. So I'll try to break this up by, what I found at each half price books. So starting with, I'll kind of work my way backwards. So this is from the last half price books of the day. And so I was able to find two series. So one of them, I think this is a recent release. This is the Spider-Man Fake Red, the Marvel manga that I believe came out recently. I'm honestly not really sure. Oh, I saw the receipt there. It is not half off since this is a newer series. Half price books discounts their newer series by 20%. So instead of 15, this was 12. So still pretty good deal. I don't know anything about this series, but I love Spider-Man. He's probably my favorite Marvel superhero. And I love manga. I've actually been replaying the Spider-Man games on PlayStation, and so in anticipation for Spider-Man 2 that comes out later this year. So yeah, so if you love manga, if you love Spider-Man, I definitely would recommend picking this one up. I don't even know if it's good, but it's Spider-Man, so I'm sure it'll be good. And then the second series that I was able to find, I found volumes 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, and 11 of Devil's Line. So I'll just kind of go real quick and show you the covers. So here is volume 4, here's volume 6, volume 7, volume 8, volume 10, and volume 11. So Devil's Line is actually one of the series that I was talking about earlier. I read the first 2 volumes about a couple months ago. I haven't gotten back into it. I only have the first 3 volumes, so I never got back to resuming volume 3, but found these all half price, and I do enjoy the series. It's basically a world where vampires are known to exist. So there's humans and vampires, and there is kind of this detective agency where they kind of solve these crimes or issues that deal with vampires attacking humans. And our main vampire character meets our main human character, who's this girl, and there's a romance, but kind of. At least from where I'm at in the story, I'm sure it becomes more obvious and they, start dating or something later on in the series. But this is a series that I was not really even wanting to get into, but some people on Twitter have told me, check it out, it gets better. And so, and I actually did enjoy the first 2 volumes, so excited to get back into that. And so that was from the last half price. Moving on to what I found at the next half price. So this next one had, I found 3 volumes that I was interested in. So I found volume 1 of Judge. So it kind of looks like that, but and actually half off, so cool. I know this series, I believe this series is out of print, and some of the later volumes are very hard to get. I believe it's only 6 volumes long. I know this mangaka has made a lot of series or multiple stories in the same universe, I believe. And they're all kind of like this like horror type of thing, maybe gory. I honestly don't know, but I've heard good things about it, so excited to read that. And then I found a super short shoujo series, only 2 volumes long, called Flower in a Storm. So it's only 2 volumes long, so there's volume 1 and volume 2. Again, don't know anything about this story, but I am all about trying out all-in-ones or really short completed series that I find, especially at secondhand stores. So was really excited to pick this one up, and I feel like I've seen this title before, so and I don't recognize the mangaka either, by Shigeyoshi Takagi. So don't know anything about them, but I will find out soon and let you know. All right, so that was half price number 2. I believe this next half price I found a lot at. Yeah, so this half price books, I found 6 volumes of 4 different series I'm currently collecting, but found more of. So let's just start with, so the first 2 is volumes 4 and 5 of Monkey High. Volume 4, volume 5. I have not started this series. I have volumes 1 through 3 now, 1 through 5. But this is just an older shoujo older shoujo manga. And yeah, that's really all I know about it. It seems pretty stereotypical for shoujo, but I still enjoy that type. So I'm gonna check that out. We're probably gonna start reading that really soon. It's only 8 volumes, so I'm missing 6 through 8, but we'll get those eventually. The next one I found was volume 3 of Bamboo Blade. Volume 3. I have 1 and 2. This is like a really old Yen Press series. I believe it's out of print. I think it's a shonen, and yeah, that's really all I know about it. I've had 1 and 2 forever, and so I saw 3, I just had to pick it up. And now that I have 1 through 3, I probably will start reading that series pretty soon. Same thing for this series, ROD, Read or Die, Volume 3. Same thing, I've had 1 and 2 forever, found 3, so went ahead and snatched it up. This series is only 4 volumes long, I believe. I know of at least 1 spin-off series. I don't know if there are multiple. And then the last series, I found 2 volumes of Nura, Rise of the Yokai Clan. So I found volumes 16 and 20. And this is just an older Weekly Shonen Jump series. I believe it ran in the early 2010s, maybe mid 2010s. And I also don't even know if this is really out of stock. I want to say it's not out of print. I want to say it's out of stock. And there have been a lot of Viz restocks recently. I've not really been paying attention to restocks or even like newer releases. I really just kind of, when I go to a store and see something that's out, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll pick it up. Really, just because this was a Weekly Shonen Jump series is why I'm picking it up and trying to collect it. I think it's I want to say it ran to mid 20s in terms of volumes. So it won't be a lot. I only have 4 total out of, whatever, how much is remaining. So yeah. And then so this is what I got from the very first half price books. I only got 1 volume, but it is Cactus's Secrets, volume 1. I want to say this is also a short series. I don't remember exactly how many. It is a shoujo series. Again, from what I read of the synopsis, which is basically a person has a crush on someone, but the main character is prickly, which is where the cactus comes from, and their secret is that they are, in love with this person. So, as already from there, pretty on the nose with the title, but again, I like that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna read this pretty soon and kind of then see, how I feel about it, and if I want to continue collecting it. All right, so those are all of that was all the half price books haul. Nothing too crazy, not a whole lot. but from how much I've saved from getting these from Half Price Books is, wow, I love Half Price Books. Especially those Devil's lines. Since these are yen pressed, these are like 13 each. And so, you know, instead of paying for like almost 100 for 6 of these, I got them for like 40. So definitely pretty cool. So anyway, last thing I want to show in the haul is what I got from Kinokuniya. I mainly don't really only go to Kinokuniya for, you know, cover variants or for the Weekly Shonen Jump issues. Whenever there's a new series that debuts, they always get the front page or the cover page. And so I just, instead of collecting every single Weekly Shonen Jump volume like I used to, I believe last year, I really only get the first volume issue. So I got the Asahi Martial Artist, I believe that one is called. That was the one prior to this one I'm about to show. And then today I picked up the Icehead Gil cover. So there is Gil, which there's only 2 chapters out so far, I believe at the time of this recording, but I'm enjoying it so far. It's nothing really, you know, unique or anything that's like pushing the genre forward. It's pretty, you know, pretty, I don't know, it's just pretty like what you would expect to see in the magazine so far, but it's only been 2 chapters. So I'm gonna keep reading it, checking it out. And then the Asahi Martial Artist, I believe that one's called. I'm not really liking that one as much. I'm just not really jiving with it. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be yet. If it's supposed to go more into, you know, battle shonen or more gag. And I've only read the first chapter. I believe there's 3 chapters out at the time of this, as I'm recording this. So maybe it gets more obvious in chapters 2 and 3, but from the first chapter, I wasn't really feeling it. So, but still really cool to get that issue. So I got that. And then I only got 2 volumes. So I ended up getting Dawn to Dawn, volume 4. And normally nowadays I get most of my manga from Right Stuff Anime or Half Price Books, but I just had to get this the second I saw it. I couldn't wait. I've only been reading this series physically, and it is so awesome. Just all gas. There might be a chapter of recovery, and then it's just instantly right back into the action. And they, in the previous volume, in volume 3, they added a new character to the crew. And so it's just cool to see it get to, I don't know, I love like seeing series like as they're growing and they're introducing new characters and they're world building. And so I'm just loving how it's happening in this series. So, you know, if you have not read Dawn to Dawn, I'm sure every other manga tuber has already talked about Dawn to Dawn at this point. But again, if you enjoy, you know, a lot of action, great artwork, really anything that's similar to Tatsuki Fujimoto, which this person was an assistant for Tatsuki Fujimoto, the creator of Chainsaw Man, Fire Punch, things you probably already know, but if you don't, they're related. And so yeah, so check out Dawn to Dawn. And then the final book in the haul is by, you know, mentioning great mangakas, another mangaka, Shuzo Oshimi, amazing mangaka, has some series that I think are trash and some series that are probably one of my favorite of all time. And so I got volume 3 of Welcome Back Alice, a series that I am really, really enjoying. I believe this is Shuzo Oshimi's current series. I believe it's still ongoing. I think actually Jerry today told me that the last chapter comes out, I believe next week. So this is ending pretty soon. I believe at 7 volumes total. So pretty short series. It's, you know, if you're not familiar with Oshimi's works, they all kind of have to do with this theme of like adolescence and becoming an adult, like puberty, like a lot of like symbolisms regarding people developing during that time in their lives and figuring themselves out. And so Welcome Back Alice is that type of, especially that last part where figuring yourself out, knowing who you are, you know, despite what that might cause to happen to you or cause people to think of you in a certain way. So Welcome Back, Alice is a great series so far. I'm only 2 volumes in. I got 3. I've had 4. And so yeah, I'm just gonna keep on reading it. If you want to check it out, definitely recommend it. It is good. And I believe that's it. That is all of the manga that we've had today. Again, shout out to my wife Funami, shout out to Asian Mer. It was super fun hanging out with you guys today, as always. So again, that is it for today's video. And I am, again, excited to be back, excited to be filming again and spending hours editing. Well, not that, but you get the gist. It's good to be back. So anyway, have a good one. I'll see y'all later. Peace out.